It's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee, dee-dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Crafting with Joshi and Cubby. What will we make today? What is the dice of the day? Crafting, creating, collaborating. What would an octopus say? Trivia questions, hooray! Creating, clickbaiting, Can't hardly waiting for the crafting show. A crafting show with Cubby and Shoshi.
And I was speaking that whole time, and I realized you probably couldn't hear a single word I was saying because I wasn't on there. Wait, okay, so let's try that again. Hey everyone, we're sponsored by Cigarette to the Man. If you haven't visited this site yet, go ahead and do it. It's got some great stuff. It's going to be great for all our things, all the things. It's got lots of things to cheer you up. And it's our sponsor, so I wanted to talk about it. Okay, there we go. Yay! All right, I'm back. I did it, everybody. I wanted to do it. Oh, great. Oh, good. Oh, no. You know, it's an anxious world out there. Maybe your feeling is accurate, and you shouldn't feel bad about it. Yeah. Yeah. Good to see you here. And guess what? It's not just me here today. We also have a kitty.
Hi.
Yeah. Hello. What a pleasure.
I'm driving, so
You're yeah. Don't no. Come in later. Don't be here while you're driving.
well, I've been driving for 5 days. This is day 5, and I've got like 3 hours left.
Goodness
So-
gracious.
You're helping me stay sane.
Okay. Well, then we're very happy to see you. Just don't look at the screen. We won't make you do anything. If you have to pull over for a second, your safety is priority, not the show.
I know. I'm gonna have to pull over for a second anyway to get gas, but I have something I want to talk about first.
Oh yes, please do. Please do. We are ready.
Okay, so Aurelia. I miss Aurelia. I know I've talked about this before, but I wanna try to start a movement now. So
Okay.
in case anybody doesn't know who Aurelia is, many years ago we did a Nut 21 very special episode that was the TPK episode. So
Oh.
we wanted to have just a one shot with some really high level characters where everybody dies at the end.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hell yeah, this is fun. And I create this really juicy character. I've loved her backstory. She was so much fun to play. And I was like, why does she have to die?
Yeah.
I was like, by the end of the session, I was like, all right, nah, this is what's happening. Her great granddaughter is going to be a character. And I'm gonna play her next chance I get.
Yeah. So it's like Aurelia 2.
Yeah.
Electric. What was she? A bard?
No, she was a cleric of Jawses.
All right. So an electric Claritin.
Yeah. So I also kind of decided, like, maybe she's just reincarnated. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's granddaughter reincarnated. It doesn't matter. What needs to happen is to get her back in a game. So it's been years that, like, oh, we're doing an all bards episode or season, so I have to come up with a bard character for this season. And then, oh, this character makes more sense. Oh, let's bring Echo back. And I haven't gotten to play Aurelia yet, and I really want to. So, hashtag Aurelia lives.
All right. Let's spread the word.
Yeah, for real.
Everyone out there on the Discords, use your connections. Who ran that game?
Paulo.
Oh, well.
It needs to be Paulo.
Come on, Paulo. Hashtag Aurelia lives. You're breaking up a little bit, Kitty. Probably because you're driving.
Okay, I think I'm back. Do you know what's running on Tuesdays right now?
No.
Me neither.
Oh, wait. We do have a, well, let's bring in some experts. Hi, did you call me? It's the Calendar Boys. With just one boy. Let's see, on our calendar, it says that Tuesdays, 8 p.m., Nat 21 Adventures presents DYE, Decide Your Endangerment. I assume that's accurate and still happening. So that's what's going on Tuesdays. All right, I've done my part. So goodbye.
Bye. Thank you. Okay,
Uh-oh.
at least do it.
Oh no, Kitty. We can't understand anything. You're breaking up. Try again.
So yeah, for DYE, everybody hashtag at Paulo, or hashtag Aurelia lives at Paulo until he's like, what the hell? And help him remember to, next time he asks me to be in a campaign, to not already have another idea for something else he wants me to do.
Yeah. Be like, no, I already have my idea. This is what's happening.
But obviously, Paulo's very so if you come up
Oh no, Kitty. Okay. We'll have to bring her back on in a little bit. But we have the plan, everybody. At the very least, we have the plan. Aurelia lives. Decide your own endangerment. We're going to put the word out there to Paulo. Bring Aurelia back. It's got to happen. When Kitty gets better reception, I will bring her back in. What a surprise! What a joy! What a joy of visitation. Hello, everyone. I'm Shoshi. Welcome to the Crafting Show. You already know that. Hello, everyone. It's great to see you all here. We've got a great show for you today. Going to be finishing up some things that we started last week. Going to reveal how the banana went. I've waited to pop the balloon inside until this week. So we'll see how that works. But it's looking pretty good. I'm excited to show it off. But before that, I want to do, as we do with every show, I'd like to do the color reading and the trivia. That's the word I'm looking for. Trivia. Yes, that's me. And in Spanish, it'd be craft. I don't know what herder is. I'd have to look it up. Awesome. All right then. Let's get the show started. If Kitty comes in, I'll bring her in. If not, hopefully she's at least can watch and listen to the show as she drives, so we can save them some sanity as they drive. As someone who's been on many long drives, 5 days of driving, that's rough. I did North Carolina to LA on my second trip out here, and I did it in 6 days. I don't recommend that. You want more than 6 days. 6 days means like 8 to 12 hours of driving every day. And No, like 10 to 12 hours of driving every day. That's rough. That's rough. Some people might be able to do it faster, but I don't speed. I take my time. And that's rough. I'd give like 8 days. Like 1 or 2 more days would have been what I needed. Anyway, let's start off with the color harmony book. One of my favorite things, little traditions that we've been doing. We're almost done with our colors. We did I think we did gray last time. Let's look. I have it marked. Let's get to the colors. Where are the colors? There it is. All right. So we did blue. We did gray. We did gray. I think we're on white. I think we're on right. Oh, nice. Nice. That's good to know. Is that like crafter basically? Yeah. All right. So, for those of you who are joining us for the first time or who might need, oh, nice. Thank you, Victorian London fog. Perfect. For those of you who need a refresher or maybe joining us for the first time, there's this really cool complete color harmony book that I found in a cool bookstore, and it has, you know, like some fun Pantone color things, but it also has these really lovely descriptions of colors and what they mean and how they work in design, and they're very sort of beautifully written. So we've been making our way through the colors. Last week we did gray. Today we are doing white. And then I think the last one is black, and then we're through all the colors. But then they have other things. They have other little things that I think we'll go through and read. They have like friendly. What does it mean to have friendly colors? So that'll be fun. A nice little color journey. All right, so white. White represents purity, innocence, virtue, and fidelity. And in some cultures, death. Oh, it actually gets to that later. In clothing, white is often equated with substantial wealth. That notion goes back to the days before the invention of the washing machine, when people who wore white could afford a staff to keep their clothes clean. While many consider white the absence of color, more shades of white are available commercially than of any other color. That's interesting. And that's wrong. White's not the absence of, or it depends on if you're talking about light or pigment. Colors are crazy, man. Yeah, exactly. Right. And but in pigment, I see what they're saying, but I also disagree with them. Anyway, more shades of white are available commercially than any other color. That's interesting to me. So when people talk about like eggshell, cream, flat white, or whatever, that's so interesting. White also stands for truth and goodness. A white knight rides to the rescue, and a little white lie isn't so bad after all. In old movie westerns, the good guys always wear the white hats and the bad guys wear black. The ancient Greeks supposedly wore white to bed to encourage pleasant dreams. And because of white's association with heaven and angels, this is not correct. This is a partially correct statement. Because of white's association with heaven and angels, it symbolizes death in India, China, and Japan. That's not why it symbolizes death in India, China, and Japan. But it does symbolize death in India, China, and Japan, and a few other Asian cultures. It's half right, half correct. Safety and medical products are often white to suggest antiseptic cleanliness. And that was white. Next week, we'll do black, and we'll be done. And then we'll move on to other things. Yay, that was fun. I mean, you have to take any of these opinions with you know, they're making it up. Anyway, that's that. So then let's do some trivia. Oh wait, okay. Whoa, that's very fascinating. Yeah, because it is like a derivative of gasoline or petroleum that is like Scotchgard and that kind of things. Interesting. Fascinating. I love that chat always has good info for us. Oh yeah. That's definitely true. So I have a story about that. So I had a friend who worked for Historic Philadelphia as a costumer. And as you may suspect, many of the costumes for Historic Philadelphia cannot be washed. They're, you've got, they didn't call them corsets or bodices, stays. The stays, which are like just a different version of a corset, basically. They've got like steel boning. You can't really wash them. They're costumes that you can't wash in the washing machine for the most part. So they use vodka, and sometimes we'll have mics on, and but we perform outdoors in the rain. So a great way to protect your mic pack is to put it in a condom, and then you like zip up the top, and that keeps it from getting wet. And so one time the costumer gets called into the management office and they're like, hey, you have a lot of receipts for vodka and condoms. Can you explain yourself? And he's like, yes, actually I can. There are real justified reasons for why I bought so much vodka and so many condoms. And it has nothing to do with the typical uses for them. Bernadette Banner did a video where she washed a white lingerie gown using embroidering techniques. Whoa, that's very interesting. It probably smelled real bad, I'm guessing. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes, a precursor to the corset. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you. You gotta get my timelines right. And I don't know if you can see. We have a little visitor. We have a little sleepy visitor. There she is. Look at her. She just came over and fell asleep. She literally just walked up behind me and plunked down. When she's so cute like that, I just want to touch her. I want to scratch her little belly. Oh my goodness. Good stretch. Yes, my little darling. Yes, my little darling. Yes. Oh, what a treat. What a treat. Yeah, you can stay right there. She likes to help. She's a big helper. I love her so much. Anyway, just wanted to show you all that. An important magnet sighting just happened. All right, let me grab the trivia cards and we can do some trivia. Here, wait. I don't want you to have to be bored while I'm gone, so I will. You're welcome. All right, so trivia. And so if you have never done trivia before or joining us for the first time and you need a refresher, I will read the questions. We'll do the answers at the end so everyone gets to play. We're all playing together. If you think you know the answer, put it in the chat. If anyone gets it wrong, we all lose. If anyone gets it right, we all win. Here we go. And if you're curious, we're doing them from Trivial Pursuit 6, which I think is around 2006, 2005, 2006. Gives you like a time period for the questions. All right, here we go. Interesting. People and places. What axe-wielding woman earned space in the Oscar Getz Museum of Whiskey History in Bardstown, Kentucky? I think I know the answer, but I'm going to give a chance for other people to answer. What axe-wielding woman earned a space in the Oscar Getz Museum of Whiskey History in Bardstown, Kentucky? I didn't know there was a museum of whiskey history. I mean, there should be. Also, whiskey history is very fun to say. It's got a good internal rhyme. Do you think it's Lizzie Borden? That would be my guess. Carrie Nation. I don't know that reference. I don't know who that is. Please explain. Because you are probably right. More right. Oh, did she like smash barrels and things like that? All right, cool. That makes more sense than Lizzie Borden. And because I don't know how to connect her to whiskey. So, I mean, maybe it was. Let's say it was. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm still gonna go with Lizzie Borden, but I think your answer's correct. Just so we have our bases covered. All right. Next question: arts and entertainment. What classic novella was partly inspired by the life of Cuban fisherman Gregorio Fuentes? I think I know the answer to this one. What classic novella was partly inspired by the life of Cuban fisherman Gregorio Fuentes? I'm pretty sure I know the answer. I'm going to hold off, see if anybody else knows it. I think it's a book I had to read in high school. And if it is, I have a funny story about that book. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's totally what I was thinking as well. Yeah, that's my guess as well. Yeah, I think that's what it is. We'll find out at the end. And regardless, whatever the answer is, I'll tell you my story about the pearl. Next question. What Asian nation's 14-year-old replica of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre staged its last play in 2002? Whoa! I didn't know there was a replica of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre somewhere. That didn't last very long. Only 14 years. I hope they didn't destroy the stage. I gotta look that up. That's crazy. What Asian nation's 14-year-old replica of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre staged its last play in 2002? I have an answer. And I think I'm going to give a second to see if anyone else has a guess. But I'm going to say, I think it's Hong Kong or China, depending on where the time period is. Because Hong Kong was under British rule until 1999. Is that correct? And then so that kind of makes sense in the timeline a little bit. But I don't know if they're looking for China or Hong Kong. Yeah, or it could just be Japan. There's be a lot of answers. Yeah, we'll find out. That's an interesting question. I want to look that up. I didn't know that that was a thing. That's pretty cool. There's many, many replicas. Oh, the one in Virginia? Because I've been to that one. And then there's one in London, right? Yeah. But the real original one burned down. And the story is, I think it's true, that it was for a play, and they fired a cannon as a part of the show, and it set the place on fire and it burned down. Oh, and the one in Oregon. Yeah. Cool. Oh, I'd love to go someday. When I eventually get to London, that's on the list. I've technically been to London when Kim and I did the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. We had a 6-hour layover in London, which is not a lot of time. But we found a little jazz club, and it was pretty great. So, but I'd love to go back and spend more than 6 hours there. It was really like 4 hours. All right, next question. Science and nature. Ooh, what's considered good cholesterol? HDL, KDL, or LDL? I don't actually know. I know there is like a good. Is it HDL? Oh yeah, I think you're probably right. HDL is like the bad. I didn't even know KDL was a real thing. Was that a made up one? HDL is a real thing, and that's the bad one. And LDL is a good one. I don't know. We'll find out at the end. Sports and leisure. What meteorological, what meteorological name do the world's 3 steepest wooden roller coasters share? 3 steepest wooden roller coasters share. What meteorological name? I think I know the answer. Yeah, that's a good answer. I thought it was comet, is my guess. But I think you're right. Hurricane, tornado. Yeah, and you're probably correct. Steepest, not the oldest. Oh, yeah. But something like that. We're close. In one of the oldest wooden roller coasters in the world is in Pittsburgh, where I grew up, called the Racers. And it's cool. It's all wood, and it has 2 that go at the same time, and they race. Pretty fun, but it's not very steep. I should go back. I haven't been in years. I should go back there and ride it. Cyclone, hurricane, tornado. Cyclone, I think that might be the one. We'll see. And last question. What Caribbean nation did former CIA agent Philip Agee? Philip Agee, bill as the safest country in the world after opening a travel agency there? Wow, there is so much happening. There's so much happening in that sentence right there. What Caribbean nation did former CIA agent Philip Agee bill as the safest country in the world after opening a travel agency there? I don't know, but that's like there's so much information there. I got to look that up. Let's say Saint-Tropez. That's my guess. All right, answers. Answers. What will they be? Answers. Let's see. What axe-wielding woman earned space in the Oscar Getz Museum of Whiskey History in Bardstown, Kentucky? Carrie Nation. Nice. We asked the question and we got the answer. What classic novella was partially inspired by the life of Cuban fisherman Gregorio Fuentes? Oh, The Old Man and the Sea. The Old Man and the Sea. Did not read that one in high school. Read The Pearl instead. Our assignment after reading it was to write an alternate ending. And the alternate ending that I wrote was that the pearl that they stole from him was actually too big and nobody wanted it, and then they gave it back to him and he threw it in the water, and then it cracked open and an alien came out and they killed all the bad people. I think I got like a B. History. What Asian nation's 14-year-old replica of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre staged its last play in 2002? Japan. It was Japan's. I had to look that up. I wonder if it's still there. I'm surprised it didn't last longer. Also, I should ask my friend Aki about that, who lived in Japan and did Shakespeare at that time. So I got to ask them about that. I bet they might have some. I talked to them about that. Science and nature. Sports and nature. Science and nature. What's considered good cholesterol? HDL, KDL, or LDL? HDL. HDL is the good one? Oh dear. I've been drinking the wrong cholesterol this whole time. I'm talking to my doctor about that one. What meteorological name do the world's 3 steepest wooden roller coasters share? Cyclone. Yeah. People don't use the word cyclone as much as they should. They say hurricane or tornado. You don't hear cyclone a lot. I gotta look up the difference between tornado. I mean, I know a little bit, like tornadoes on land, hurricanes in the water. Oh, interesting. Okay. And maybe a cyclone is on land and a typhoon is on water? I don't know. We have a lot of names. A lot of names for those things. As I suppose we should. What Caribbean nation did former CIA agent Philip A.G. bill as the safest country in the world after opening a travel agency there? Cuba. I bet it is. Cuba. There you go. Good trivia, everybody. That's okay. That's okay. I don't need to know anything more about them. That's cool. I saw one when I was driving across the United States. I was in Oklahoma, and I saw it's so flat there. You can see everything. And the sky where I was blue. And then the sky far off in the distance was the darkest gray I had ever seen. And then as I started getting closer, I realized that there was a section of it that was like a column of even darker gray. And then I got even closer and you could see inside that column, there were some lightning flashes. And I said, oh, and then I took the road south for about 30 miles and drove around it. That's as close as I ever want to get to a tornado. That was real scary. Yeah, it was like not a tornado chaser. Fine being distant from them. Don't need to know too much about them. Forces of nature. All right. So let's get on to some crafting. Okay, I want to show you. Oh, I might need to grab one thing. Maybe not. All right. So it's time for the banana reveal. Oh, look how good it looks, everybody. It looks so good. And it's really hard. And I was gonna wait to pop the balloon, but I think the balloon already popped. Because I don't see it in there. It either popped or it just shrank down, as balloons are wont to do. So I don't hear it. I don't hear it rattling around in there. And if it's not a problem, we might as well just leave it inside there. Didn't even realize what I was doing. Literally didn't even realize what I was doing. No, it's not a euphemism. It's really hard. My banana's very hard right now. We did a good job, everybody. It was a group effort. So look at how good it is. I'm so happy with it. It looks really great. And I do, like, I can paint it yellow, but I sort of like that you can see little bits of script on it. So I wonder if I should make it yellow, but leave the little patches where the bits of script are. That might look artsy, right? I know, me too. Somebody make a clip. I don't know how to clip things. Somebody clip that so we can send it to him. So let's bring here. I'm gonna at very least, I'm gonna do a screenshot of this, and I will send that to him so that he knows that we miss him. All right, so bring on this. Let me make that a little bit bigger for everybody. There we go. Yeah, so now we've got a crafting camera. And yeah, I've got my marker, so we'll do some painting of it. And then I also have these things, which I'll talk about in a second. There we go. Once we're done painting this, because I don't think this will take that long to put some color on this baby. So I've got a variety of markers. I definitely have yellow, which we're gonna do. Let's see. But I think I might want to start out with sort of a brown and then do the yellow over it, because there's like a depth to bananas. It's not just I think I want to have a little brown underneath there. Now, what's going to be interesting about painting this is I definitely, like we talked about with paper mache before, you don't really, I mean, you can, but it's hard to get it smooth, which is one of the things I really like about it. But it means that when you go to paint it, oh, it's actually working really well. I was worried it might be hard to paint, but that actually is working. There it is. There it is. Don't underestimate the banana. So I just want to give a little base to it here, and I'm gonna avoid for the most part, the letters, but get kind of close to them, because I might leave a little brown edge. I feel like that's gonna look really nice. And if it doesn't, I can always go over it. But I think the yellow just on the straight up white will be too light of a yellow. I'm liking this though. I'm liking leaving the little bits of script there. Like, what's going on? What's happening here? Art, that's what's happening here. Yeah. So I might put on a little music. We can have a little quiet crafting while we do this. That's right. If there's one thing Nat 21 Adventures can teach you, don't underestimate a banana. True story. So let's get a little music. Yeah. And I'll change this over. Yeah. Do a little quiet crafting. That's looking pretty cool. It's looking pretty cool. Almost done. And I just realized, so because that's where the balloon went, I could get like a interesting little stand for this and then have like one flower coming out of there. That might look really fun. Yeah, a vase rather than just a object of art. I'm pretty happy with this, honestly. Yeah, I like the little bits of text that peek through. They're a little strange. Good. Right, it's a pretty good brown base. Y'all, I'm really happy with this. It looks really good. Oh, you know what? Maybe I don't even need a stand because it kind of sits there well like that. And I can see the little flower coming out that way. That might look really good. All right. Yellow. Are I gonna let it dry? That is pretty fast. Pretty good. Before I do the yellow, though, I think I'm gonna get some black in a little pencil and kind of get deep in those little crevices, the little places that the big thing can reach. Black. That might not be the right marker for that one. A little bit. That one might be better. Blanks. Oh, and I'm also very happy to report that the cinnamon totally worked. It smells really good. It smells like cinnamon. A banana that smells like cinnamon. What? Yeah. Not body safe. Exactly. Yeah, nothing about this is body safe. It's good give you a UTI safe. Whoop. Okay, at least it didn't hit any of the letters. Alright, I can use it. Can't make a mistake. So dark. It'll look more banana-like. It's fine. So I'm going to put yellow over it anyway. Alright, I'm going to let that dry a little bit. I do like how it looks. Whew, I gotta be careful about that drippy black. That's good. Annoying. Alright. Try a little bit. Yeah. That's dry. Dries pretty fast. It's pretty absorbent. I do really like how it looks. So weird. I don't hate that little mistake, actually. It makes it look more like a banana. And I can cover it over with any patches I don't need to go. Sometimes the art gods demand your fingers get dirty. And you know what? When they do, they're right. You gotta respect the art gods. I mean, I actually don't hate that. The yellow on top, I think it's actually going to look really My hands will never be clean. Alright. I think that's ready for some yellow, at least on that side. So I've got a couple good yellows. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. We probably will have to do a couple layers. Yellow's always a little hard. It's so, it always ends up being a little transparent, which is fine. You just gotta do multiple layers. But I can use that to my advantage, because I don't mind a little bit of that black peeking through. And when it dries, I think it'll make a nice, yeah, it'll look good. I don't mind that actually. Yeah, it's pretty good. So hopefully Kitty's all right. I assume this means she's just driving through an area with no reception. Wow, looks real good. Getting there. Go for just a little bit longer. Get all this yellow on there. Do this layer of yellow. We'll let it dry. And then I'll do another touch-up layer when it's totally dry. And that should get me some bright yellow colors. But for now, I don't mind that this is like blending a little bit. When I go over it with the yellow, I think it'll really work out well. I'm really happy. I know. I'm really happy with it too. Like, I think it looks really, really weird and cool. And it doesn't need much more work. I just want to do like maybe a few more little yellow touch-ups, but it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Yee. All right, everyone. Well, I'm gonna set that to the side and let it dry. We're almost at time. I'm going to end the show a tiny bit early today. We'll do, is it 10 minutes to 2 for East Coast people? It's 10 minutes to 11 for me. I think that works out. Yeah, I'm just gonna end a tiny bit early because I have a audition I gotta do. But I'm pretty happy with that piano. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. Let's pause the music. Take off the banner. So there's another little, let me talk about these real quick. I don't think I'm gonna have time to do them on the crafting show. But these are these cool, weird, very old, maybe from the 30s. They're hooks. Like you hang them up on the wall and you can hang stuff on them, but they're these beautiful parrots. But as you can see, you know, they need a lot of work. I think they used to have googly eyes on them. You can kind of see the spot where there used to be a little something there. If not googly eyes, then some sort of little eye that was glued on there. And the paint's a little chipped. Wait, hold everything. Very important. Someone important is joining us. Yeah, she's back.
I'm back.
Woo! How was the?
We have a little bit better. Do we have a little bit better of a connection now?
Oh yeah, much better.
Okay. As
You were.
I stopped on the old trailer, I couldn't get the pump that I tried to pull up to was broken. I drive a diesel, so I can only get diesel. So I can only go to the one pump that has diesel. One pumps was coned off. I couldn't drive around to get to it. I went to the next gas station. The same thing happened, so I had to go. Oh, sorry, I said the F word. I had to go to another one. Then when I pulled up to it, the pump was so slow that I tied a string around it because I couldn't hold it anymore.
Oh my goodness. You had quite an adventure.
Yeah. Oh, this whole drive adventure. I didn't even want to talk about it.
Oh my goodness. Well, 5 days is like, I was saying, when I did my final drive out here, I drove from North Carolina to LA and I did it in 6 days, which is not enough time. Like that's like 10 to 12 hours of driving a day. And that's really rough. So like, if you're on day 5, like kitty, oh goodness.
And I left extra early so the break in the middle.
Yeah.
But my friend decided to not go. And so I lost 2 days. So I had to just get here.
So are you driving to Arizona?
Driving from Arizona to New York.
Oh, dang. Okay. So you're doing the New York Fair? Tuxedo?
Sterling one.
Sterling. Cool. Awesome. Well, yay. We're gonna I have to end the show a little bit early today, maybe in about 10 minutes, because I have a audition that I have to get done. But would you like to do some trivia? Here's some trivia before we go.
Absolutely. Also,
Amazing.
I have some to talk to you about, so we need to have a phone date.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That'd be great. I'd love that. That would be great.
Let's do trivia now.
Yeah, we'll do a little trivia. All right, this is a good one. Okay, all right. People and places. What body of water do Turkish people call Akdeniz, meaning White Sea? What body of water do Turkish people call Akdeniz, meaning white sea?
I feel pretty embarrassed that I can't imagine exactly where Turkey is and what bodies of water are near it.
Is it the Baltic?
That's a good guess. That is, I would second that.
Might be a Baltic. Somebody else, Mediterranean? Yeah, maybe just the Mediterranean Sea. That's a good guess. All good guesses. Oh, the chat wants me to show you. You can't really look though, so don't look.
Okay.
But here's the banana I've been working on.
Oh, I can't even tell it's not a banana.
Exactly. Amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
I glances out of the corner of my eye. It just looked like a banana.
It looks like a real banana. I'll take pictures of it and put them in the chat so you can see them, and don't look at them while you're driving and you might die. All right, next question. The Bosphorus Sea? Yeah.
I just want to say hi to everybody in the chat. I can't look at the chat right now, obviously, but
Yeah, please do. Everybody says hi to you.
Yay.
Yay. Hi. Hi. Next question. If they ask any questions, I'll relate them to you, Kitty. Oh, they wanted to know where you're going, but we already answered that. You're going to Sterling Ren Fair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What actor was pitted against a man-goat in the epic all-Esperanto film Incubus before Star Trek beckoned? What actor was pitted against a man-goat in the epic all-Esperanto film Incubus before Star Trek beckoned? I think I know the answer.
I don't know the answer, but I like my guess.
What's your guess?
Leonard Nimoy.
Oh, good guess. Good guess. That could also be it, but it might be Shatner.
I want it to be Nimoy.
Yeah, but I think it's Shatner. Because I think I remember hearing an interview with him talking about how he learned Esperanto. Which is, do you know what Esperanto is?
I have known before, but I can't remember. It's a language.
Yeah, it was invented. I mean, all languages are invented, but it was invented to be like a language that's very easily learned. And like, it was in the 60s, 70s. Yeah, it was supposed to be like the universal language. Like anyone can learn it. And then you can talk to anyone if you know Esperanto.
Why did it flop?
Nobody was really into it.
Couldn't get it to catch on.
Everyone's like, no. History. Which Roman emperor named his sons Constans, Constantine, Constantius, and Crispus?
Wow.
Which Roman emperor named his sons Constans, Constantine, Constantius, and Crispus? That Crispus, that last one's like, what? Hey. Crispus.
So, once again, I don't know the answer, but I like my guess.
Yeah, and what's your guess?
Caligula?
Who? What? Who?
Caligula.
Oh, yeah. Good guess. Yeah, I like that guess as well. I'm going to say Constantine. And next question. Science and nature. What drug did Jane Rideout and her coworkers patent in 1987 to treat patients with HIV? What drug did Jane Rideout and her coworkers patent in 1987 to treat patients with HIV? So like,
I read the book based on her son, I think. No, that's somebody else. Never mind. I'm
okay.
thinking of something. Never mind. I'm full of shit.
Okay. Yeah, I think Victorian London fog, that would be my guess as well, AZT. It was one of the very first early treatments. And like one of the very early antivirals that were invented. So I'm guessing that one. Yeah, it's not a bad guess. And next question: what team swapped future stars Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish to Boston for the forgettable Joe Barry Carroll and Ricky Brown? So it's a team. They switched teams to Boston. I don't know any of those names. I don't know what sport it is.
Wait, I didn't even realize that was a sports question at first.
Yeah, it's a sports question. My partner, do you have an answer?
Again?
What team swapped future stars Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish to Boston for the forgettable Joe Barry Carroll and Ricky Brown?
Okay, so are they asking for the names of both teams or the team that had those two guys who I don't know any of their names? Okay, got it.
Yeah, the team that swapped them out. It's a Boston team.
Sox. The New York team. Wait, no, both have socks, don't they?
My partner thinks it's basketball.
I'm just gonna go with socks.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna say Sox, and then my partner is guessing Celtics.
Okay.
All right, and last question: which confection first tempted sweet tooths? The Clark Bar, the Mounds Bar, or Mr. Goodbar? This is a great question. So basically, which candy came first? The Clark Bar, the Mounds Bar, or the Mr. Goodbar? I think I know the answer.
I have a guess. I don't know if it's right or not.
What's your let me
Clark?
read it one more time. The Clark Bar, the Mounds Bar, or the Mr. Goodbar? Your guess is Clark Bar?
Yeah.
I think that's also my guess too, but it might be Mounds. Yeah, exactly. Clark Bar vibes. The vibes say it's older.
Yeah.
But it might be Mounds, because I remember reading somewhere that Mounds were like pretty old, like surprisingly old.
There was.
Yeah. All right. It's time for answers. Answers. What will they be? Answers. Let's see. What body of water do the Turkish people call Akdeniz, meaning White Sea? It is the Mediterranean. Congratulations, Victorian London Fog. Great job. What actor was pitted against a man-goat in the epic all-Esperanto film Incubus before Star Trek beckoned? It was indeed William Shatner.
Leonard Nimoy was probably doing theater or something.
Yeah. What Roman emperor named his sons Constans, Constantine, Constantius, and Crispus? It was Constantine. Oh, that Constantine. What drug did Jane Rideout and her coworkers patent in 1987 to treat patients with HIV? It is AZT, or azithromycin. Cool. We were right. What team swapped future stars Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish to Boston for the forgettable Joe, Barry, Carroll, and Ricky Brown? The Golden State Warriors.
Ay, ay, ay.
No idea. That's sure. Sounds great.
What sport was it?
Don't even know. Basketball. Basketball.
Okay.
And which confection first tempted Sweet Tooths, the Clark Bar, the Mounds Bar, or Mr. Good Bar? The Clark Bar. Yay! Vibes were right. Vibes were right. Yeah. Yeah, we got almost every one of them right except the sports one. And as they say, nobody expects us to know sports nonsense. Exactly. Ever so often there's a sports one that's like for us. But that is
I was losing connection.
Oh, well actually
I was losing connection a little bit. Yeah, signing off sounds great, but before I do, I just want to remind everybody, #Aurelia lives.
That's right. Aurelia lives. Don't forget Tuesday when they ask how you would like to be pleasured. No, how you'd like to endanger yourself.
I forgot. In case anybody needs to spell it, it's AURALIA. Oh God, I can't even remember how to spell it myself. You know how to spell it. You're fine.
I think Victorian London Fog got it right. AURELLIA.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't remember actually how I spelled it. I'll have to look at my character sheet.
Yeah, that's what it is for now.
No way. I trust Victorian London Fog's spelling.
That's right. Aurelia lives. All right, everyone. This was a wonderful day, a wonderful everything. Have also a wonderful day. Drive safe, Kitty. Let us know.
You.
Let us know when you get there, and we'll talk and figure out a phone date.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.